What? You ready? I make a motion to open the normal town council. We're town council now, right? Before liquor commission, town council meeting.
Second.
Thank you. And now I make a motion to go into closed session.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Great. We are now in closed session. Nick, James?
So maybe that. We will go by 2 minutes. Yeah.
As many of you may know, we just had a closed session meeting just for total information. That was really about the balance between regulations and agreements that Ballards and we had last year and how that sort of moves forward to this year. So we were just talking to our lawyers about that. And then they're going to continue and we'll have another meeting next week. What? But no votes were taken and I make a motion to seal the minutes. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Neil. Everybody in agreement or Molly? Yes.
Yes,
Martha?
we are.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Motion made and agreed to seal the minutes. And now we'll open up the
Make a motion to,
go to the Liquor Commission.
yeah.
I make a motion to open the Board of License Commissioners.
Second.
Second by Neil. Everybody agree? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, first on the, thank you everybody for coming. Keith is, I like to say this, Keith is bone fishing in the Bahamas. So, you know, we got to all feel sorry for him right now and he's having, no, just joking. He is doing that, but I hope he's having fun. Second on the agenda, continue public hearing, beverage license transfers and relocation. Block Island Cookie Company LLC, members Ruth McTeague and Kimberly Ward, Ocean Avenue, Plat 5, Lot 64-1 to Garden Lot LLC, DBA 1661. And Farm and Gardens, member Rita Draper, Ross Draper, and Seth Draper, I added. Spring Street, Plat 7, Lot 33. Ross, is that why you're here? Yeah, I assumed that. James, do you want to give us a top line? And I know you and Dylan have been talking. Dylan is the lawyer.
Right. Good evening, everybody. Good to see you. I spoke to Dylan Conley, the Draper's attorney, today at length. He has brought up a new idea on how to make this happen. What we suggest is to continue this to a date certain, either late this week or early next week, so we can get this ironed out, hopefully, and avoid any issues going forward that would open up strange doors that we don't want to invite.
Any questions? Okay.
Oh, when are we going to find out what you're talking about?
So what he's proposed is instead of a combined transfer and relocation, what he suggested is purely a transfer, and we will handle the relocation at some later date when we have all the issues that raises ironed out.
Thank you.
And just to be clear, the next item, I know, oh no. Yeah, forget it. I'm very happy to move until the next meeting, until these guys go. So I think everybody's in agreement. Ross, you okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll put that
which-
off until a date. Millie, you're gonna set a
Which
date?
date?
To the date certain.
We have to pick a date.
And the date is?
So this would have to be addressed before the end of the year.
End of the
there-
month, right?
Yeah, before the end of the month.
Thank you.
You can try to hit next week before Thanksgiving. I'm not sure of your travel plans, or it's the following week after Thanksgiving.
Oh, no. How about the 20th or 21st for Martha and Molly? I mean, it's Monday, Tuesday. I just picked it.
I'm in the late afternoon. I'm working both days, but
Whenever you say.
But-
I'm open.
Do it 4 o'clock.
3, 4.
yeah, I mean,
You tell us when.
and I mean, it has to do with the lawyers too.
Yeah,
Are they available?
But if you're good at 4,
4,
Nick and James on either Monday or Tuesday, the 20th, 21st. 4 o'clock,
Monday's better. Monday's better for me if that works for you.
Monday at 4 o'clock, the 20th. Going,
won't be here.
going,
Yep.
gone. So moved, delay that to Monday, the 20th at 4 PM.
So wait, I just noticed that's the same time as water sewer. Are we doing anything with water sewer?
They're using the room.
Could go to another room.
So
They have gone other.
They don't have to be broadcasting.
Actually, they have to use the Zoom. They also have done 3:00.
Are you,
can we
are
do
you out
5?
at, we can do 5 or we could do 3:15. If you're, we'll be working till 3. No, it's up to you. You find it.
I don't want to be difficult, but if 5 would be better. But
Would they be done at 5? Yeah, I know. That's my point is I don't know that they will be. So I think it's safer to go earlier if it's possible. And I'm also thinking about James and family.
yeah, I mean, you can start without me and I'll
When you end
get
work,
here.
3 o'clock, 3:30?
It would, 3:30 would be better.
Okay, 3:30 on Monday, the 20th.
You can just make that a motion to continue it.
So moved. Is there a second?
Second.
So Monday, the 20th, continued meeting on
What time?
3:30 on Garden Lot LLC. Okay? Good, Millie? Thank you, James. Thank you, Nick. Okay, continued public hearing.
Hey, Keith, I'm sorry to interrupt. Did you guys seal the minutes of the executive session?
We did.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Thank you.
Not at all. Millie, do I have to close the public hearing for license and transfer relocation?
No, but you can keep that open.
Okay, good. Continue the public hearing for annual beverage license renewals. This is, the next one is Garden Lot LLC, DBA 6061 Farm Gardens. Same thing's gonna happen, so we'll continue that also to 3:30 on the 20th.
And you could make a motion.
So I make a motion to continue item 3A, Garden Lot LLC to November 20th through 3:30. Is there a second? Second by Neil. Everybody in agreement or?
Yep.
All good, good. So done. Okay, receive and act on Class BV light beverage license applications. Shoreham Inc. stockholder, Stephen Filippi, DBA Ballards Inn, Water Street. James, do you want to, 1 second, do you want to jump in, James?
Sure.
And then plant, well,
We've had some discussions with Brian LaPlante, attorney for Shoreham Inn Inc. And I've been talking on the phone the past few minutes. I think Brian would like to try to resolve this tonight. I'm not sure if that's possible. He suggested maybe we put this at the end of the agenda and I could speak to him in the meantime. I'm not sure if that's something council wants to do. I'm sure Brian's there. He can weigh in.
Brian.
Hey, thanks, Brian.
If we could just have an opportunity. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
Here's our button.
Need someone, you need someone to do so. Yeah, if we could put this at the end of the agenda, perhaps after the number 6, so that we could potentially address some of the concerns that were raised and we could communicate about it and see if we can resolve it. But if that's not possible, then we could continue it to another night. But I'd like to have that opportunity, please.
So I'm fine letting you and James talk through it, but I would say given that this is going to move pretty quickly, I will see whether it happens. That's my opinion. Just to give you the chance to, but
I understand. There's not a lot of time.
so I guess my question would be, since we're here on this item, should we,
Well, we're not doing 4,
we're not doing 4,
we're continuing 4.
right?
We're continuing 5.
And we're continuing 5 for or the same discussion will happen. So I don't know how we're gonna measure the time, but I don't wanna not allow you to do that.
I'm just wondering, why would we move it?
Just if he and James can work it out to give him the opportunity to in the next
Oh.
15 minutes.
Just communicate.
Yeah, just for 15 minutes, let you guys have at it. So I'll make, do we need to make a motion to move it down? Yeah. So I'll make a motion to move 3A Shoreham Inc. down to what in theory is going to be item 6.5 or something like that in 15 minutes. And if you can't resolve it, which whatever, then we'll try and move it to, Millie, do you want to try and move it to the 20th at 3:30 as well? So Monday at 3:30 and so we go to Monday, the 20th at 3:30 unless you can work it out in the next 15 minutes for item 6.5.
Understood. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much. Yeah,
I would rather work till 4. Like,
yeah,
I
no,
would rather
I'm with you,
finish my
Molly.
Shift at work, but
It'll, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm with you.
just saying.
Okay, so if you want to leave the room, I'll let you do that.
Second,
Second by somebody, and everybody in agreement to go to 6.5? Okay. Item number 3B, Great Salt Pond Marina Management LLC, TPG Hotels and Resorts, Inc., DBA Champlain's Hotel Marina and Resorts, West Side Road. You better go quickly on this one to have enough time for the next one.
Fair point.
Go
Sure.
ahead.
Sure. Brian LaPlante on behalf of the applicant. This is an application for renewal, obviously, of the liquor license. You're familiar with the property and you're familiar with it as well because you addressed the entertainment license at your last meeting. Any questions about the application? I'm happy to answer them. I actually have a gentleman here, William Walker, with me from the owner that's happy to assist as well.
I have no questions.
So the serving.
So because there wasn't the
Signs.
diagram, the diagram.
we didn't submit a complete
And
application.
then the serving area is the, not the consumption area, the actual serving area is the bar at the pool, the deck, and then the convenience store.
Yeah, so that's actually not the case. So because of the nature of the property being a resort, and because they have events there, they necessarily need to serve the opportunity to serve on the entire resort property. So for example, if they have a wedding in the green space that you see in the middle of the property or even on different parts of the property, they need the ability to make service there. They have hard and fixed locations for service, but that's,
So can you explain the service area that's in the water to me?
sure. Sure. So the service area with respect to the dock system is actually,
No, I understand the docks.
Yeah,
I'm
is-
asking about the line that
In the
goes
water.
through the water. That incorporates the shallow water. Mm-hmm.
yeah, I don't think that's of any significance in terms of service area.
So we are gonna eliminate the water as a service area.
I think that's fair to say.
Okay, thank
Yeah.
you. I'd
Yeah.
also like to eliminate the beach because we did that on other applications and also any parking and driveway areas.
Okay, so yeah. So may I have an opportunity to speak to that?
Mhm.
So if, Madam Clerk, if you can move the plan upward so we can see there, I appreciate that. So the entrance to the property is where the vehicular traffic dominates, right? in that area with the turnaround, that loop where the reception desk is inside that building there, that white building. That area unquestionably is not a service area, right? Because there's moving traffic. But during events, the parking lot, the walkways in various other areas could have tables. There could be a champagne toast by the pool, and the roadway that leads over to it could have a bar set up for that champagne toast. This, that's the issue with this.
So-
It's
Right. So that's okay. Very familiar with that.
yeah,
I don't have a problem with that. And the lower area where the food truck is not used for traffic, has not been used for traffic for
correct.
years. So, all right. So, but the main driveway area,
Yes,
Be comfortable with active traffic or something of that nature? Because I think we all want safety then.
No question.
With
I don't
other
want to say active
applications.
traffic either, because that long skinny driveway that goes out to the tennis court where they
Exactly.
park is a very active driveway. So,
right. So clearly my client agrees with the entrance area and that loop where cars enter and leave because of the safety issue.
but I hope you'll agree that I also want to remove the parking area by the laundry, because
That area
I don't
can,
even think you could come up with a decent reason whether
I-
the champagne toast behind the laundry.
I don't know. I don't know if there's an area where you shouldn't champagne toast, but we do agree that, and you're talking about, again, the area near the little white building on the edge of the property there, right? So I want to make sure, right, in that area, that's another area where we would agree there will be no service of alcohol. No question. The rest of the property is really resort based, but I can tell you that there will not be service in areas where there's active, vehicular traffic anywhere else.
Let me simplify this. Where there isn't traffic or parking, it's either or. If you don't have parking there that day, you can use it, but you have to be very clear on what it is.
I don't agree with you, Martha.
Well, that's fine,
No,
If it's parking, it was excluded from,
because there aren't any other places that have parking that is
I
inactive.
don't agree
for-
with you.
no, Paynes, we
Paynes
did it,
doesn't-
we did it to
Paynes
Lark,
doesn't own it.
so.
So if I can speak to this, I understand the challenge that you're having, and I certainly the area up above where people enter, we have a parking area.
Can you go?
Yeah, actually,
Even use the other mic.
yeah, that's fine. So this entrance area, the extent parking is done here or in here, this all can be identified as having no alcohol service.
How about go out on that straight road back?
Yeah. And so this, to the extent that it's open, it's not closed for an event, and vehicles are moving, there would not be service on that if there's an active roadway. Absolutely. To say that this parking lot, for example, is off limits for service, it is inconsistent with the hospitality service that we're trying to provide here, because we might have, again, an event here. We have a marina. We sometimes have games for the boaters. And so there might be this area being used. But if there are cars parked here, active parking, we will agree not to use it. The difference with this location and others is that most of our clientele is coming from the marina, right? They're not coming from other areas, and so it's, and we have, by the way,
I don't know if that's actually that accurate, because your lot is full where the old tennis courts are. Every time I'm down on the property,
Yeah.
those are filled with cars from local people driving there, maybe for some boaters as well.
Some,
So that roadway is active. I mean, and that parking lot is full.
I don't disagree with that.
Okay.
I don't disagree that
Okay.
that is the norm. And in following that, I agree with you that it can be identified as an area where we would not have service. I guess what I'm trying to identify an exception, which is if we block off roadway access to an area on the property, that it not be excluded simply because it happens to have some blacktop. That's all.
So I guess, so what I would say is, I think we have agreed already that when you come in that main driveway, everything sort of to the right of the reservation office
Right.
is not a service area, because that's where your garbage is, that's where the laundry is, or it's a driveway. And so that, and the water that seems to be marked, but unintentionally. So I think we can agree on that, right?
We can agree on those, yes, those paved areas in front of those buildings, absolutely.
And then I would agree, though, take that further.
And the beach, sorry.
And the beach, but I would say taking it further, if the road's blocked, to your point, and vehicular traffic to the left side, I'm like the old tennis courts, if that's blocked and nobody can go there, then it's part of the area. But if it's active, or however we want to phrase it, then it's out. And Millie, I think next year we got to figure out a better way than everybody circling the whole lot. And just, I don't know how to do that. And we will worry about that later, because it's been the history of it. So
What we had done in the past, and I don't know, a lot of things have changed this year, was service and consumption.
two different colors. And we
Yeah.
can go back to that, but that's another subject for another.
Yeah.
Molly, you okay with?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good, good. Do we need to vote on each one individually?
Yeah.
Given the other day? I make a motion to accept Great Salt Pond Marina Manager, LLC members, TPG Hotels and Resorts, TBA Champlain's Hotel Marina and Resorts, West Side Road. Class BV beverage license as detailed with the active driving areas unless blocked, not to be service areas. The beaches not to be service areas, and the area marked in the water not to be a service area, all else.
That's
And
And
just-
then,
that's
Millie,
just
do we need
silly.
to have them sign a new map?
Yes.
Yes, I'll get this.
Okay.
Consistent with our conversation,
Consistent with our conversation, yes.
that makes sense.
That motion, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Molly. How does everybody vote? Okay?
Yeah.
Aye.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yes. Next on the agenda is Club Soda stockholders Max Blamforth Jr. and Glenn, DBA Club Soda, Connecticut Avenue. Sir, how are you, man? You gotta come up. I apologize, but it's all about the camera. Last time we didn't have the map, is that right?
The map was sent, so it's-
It wasn't signed, it is signed now?
Yeah.
I'm asking the clerk, everything is okay in order?
regarding the application, yes.
Okay. Any questions? Neil?
Is this a set? Oh, go ahead.
Somebody.
Is this the same service area you had previously?
Yes, for the last 30 something. Well, this has been the same map since 98, since you guys started imposing these maps. But yes, it's been like this for 30 years of this liquor license and beyond that.
Thank you.
And this was last meeting, the time when I said we need to change the maps and the way it's
Yes.
done, because, I understand, don't worry, but you never served way down at the bottom left there.
No.
Yeah. I know.
Well, no, we don't use
Okay.
the driveway as common sense and the main
Exactly.
entrance to serve on. We don't serve in the parking.
And there's brush, you can't even get through there, I've tried.
Down below.
Yeah,
We've in the past, Berube and the Ryans, they've done weddings and
Yeah.
functions down there. So we certainly like to retain the right to serve there, but we don't currently use it.
so. You good?
No,
Yeah, go.
I,
No, no, good
Are
to
you
ask.
good?
Good to ask. No, good to ask.
no, I mean, just as the others, I think we need to remove the driveway and parking areas.
Yep.
But I also think it's completely illogical to think that we should be including the wooded area all the way to the left of the dumpsters in a service area. So, I mean, you have a clearly defined service area behind the building and obviously in the building.
Right now, I know they're trying to redo that building in the back is getting redone. It's gonna be larger. You guys actually have the plans, or the zoning does now. They're trying to get that done. So it's changing, you know, the garbages might go down below and that may become a service area, and, you know, in the future, it's hard to say. But right now, we do not use it at the current time, but we'd, again, like to retain the right to use it for once things do move around.
But I mean, I think this is something that if they have it changed next year and need a larger service area, they can ask for a larger service area. I have a problem with these like enormous bloated serving areas that include every square inch of the property, and it's not.
What zone is this? Is this commercial or is this mixed use or?
It's residential, but so that's another important reason we want to maintain our service area, because it was grandfathered in, and then, you know, so we just like to keep that right.
Any other questions here? I know. Bill? Just make sure that mic's on, will you? Just hit the green.
Is there any mechanism that someone can come back, suppose in his case, and they're gonna do a wedding, come back to the council?
Do an event?
Can we expand this area, or is there one and done?
They can do special use, right? For an event.
No, to expand your service area, you do have to submit an application for expansion. It does have to go to advertising for 3 weeks, and then it'll go to public hearing in front of the board.
But if they wanted to have like a one-time event, let's say they wanted to put a tent up on the parking lot, and as a one-time event, can they do a special use license, or is that not special event? Or is that not for someone who holds a liquor license? Is that,
I mean, like an F license, or is that what you're thinking?
well, they can't really do an F because they already have a liquor license.
Yeah, so
but-
I'm not sure. I don't know whether they would be allowed to serve in that area. The special event license would allow you to have a festival. I don't know if it would allow you could have maybe a caterer come in. That's tough. That's a tough one. It's squishy. We probably would ask the attorneys that.
We'd like to maintain it for the same reasons as people like Champlain's. If the bride and groom want to have a champagne toast down there just to get away, we don't want to have any issues in the future. You know,
So you're gonna
it's-
serve
it's-
champagne in the woods.
Not in the wood, but that is a cleared area down there, and it's a lot larger now. This map's probably how current this is, but not very. by
Okay,
the
well,
looks of it.
I definitely want to
But that
make a
brush is all
motion for
cleared out now.
parking and driveway areas as we've done on the other applications to be consistent.
Yeah, we don't serve there out of common sense.
Yeah, no, exactly. Anywhere else? I agree, 100% agree.
But I think what we're all getting at is for next year,
Yes.
we gotta be more defined on what they can put, and it's not your whole property lot, basically.
Right.
Well,
So-
I don't think we can say that
Well,
one
no,
way.
no,
We can't say
have
that
to go
one
through
way or the other.
process, but that's, yeah.
I think when they started doing this, people wanted to grandfather that in, and all new licenses are, you know, you could really have them define their. But these licenses have had these boundaries since before this is ever been a discussion. You know,
Okay.
I'll make a motion, to grant the BB beverage license for Club Soda Inc., stockholders Max and Glenn, DBA Club Soda, Connecticut Avenue, with no service area in the dirt parking lot and traffic area,
Service or consumption.
service or consumption in the parking lot area.
The consumption, I can't speak for. It is a hotel. There are guests of the hotel, but it certainly won't come from my bar. We don't let people drink in the parking lot.
Well, that's what we're talking about.
That's what we're
that's
talking
not
about.
part
So I
of-
mean, if somebody walks on your land with something that's different.
Remember, he's saying.
Well, that's part of consumption.
He doesn't own the building. So like Fenimore's guests who rent rooms could be drinking.
Right, but that's not related to the license.
But I can't control that
Not related to
consumption.
His service.
Yeah. As long as, yeah, and it won't be, but, so I mean, I can control the service there, but
So
consumption might
motion
be something
made, is
else.
there a second?
Second,
Seconded by Martha. Everybody good or not? Marlon?
Mhm.
Yep. You're good.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
Thank
we
you.
didn't vote on it.
Oh, sorry. Everybody vote, yes or no?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Yep, Billy.
The back to that question, I realize, Millie may know this, I realize that the liquor license issue, but the area of consumption on there for that, or where that's set out, is there, is that the modification to that, is that by state statute or by our ordinance? Because, and the reason I ask it is because it would make sense that if there was a mechanism for other property itself, that the area could be modified. Then you would have, whether it be this surf or this, if something comes up, they could come before you and say, we'd like to extend it to this area, or whatever it might be. Instead of everyone trying to get every inch they can, it might be more realistic that way.
Let's look into that. I think it's an interesting idea. Let's look, I mean, I think that's been the discussion almost at every one of these, right? So a better way to address this, and I think Martha's exactly right. Next year, we need to have service and consumption areas denoted.
Go
Right now,
back,
it's-
go back to.
Yeah, go back to that. And maybe there's a way to have this flexibility is what you're getting at. So let's look at that for next year. Next on the agenda, TMG BI Operating LLC member Thomas Martucci. How are you? DBA One BI Steak and Seafood. Obviously, I talked to you. I remember a year ago, we said you didn't know the name.
No.
Okay, Water Street. What? This is One BI Steak and Seafood. You,
So I had one question.
yep, Fins.
So on the application, it asks you if there are any other businesses to be carried on at the premises. And the way the application is filled out, it says Ernie's and a gift and surf shop. But on the plan submitted, it shows a hotel. That's not listed.
He didn't change anything. The hotel there before. 7 rooms on the top floor, third floor.
I think it's housing.
Employee housing.
No.
So this says, no, I'm looking at hotel.
Yeah, hotel. That was his plan, was to convert the old employee housing at top.
So I'm just saying that it should be listed on the application. That's all.
Okay. Any
Now,
questions?
what is this?
Oh,
What's the
Get that?
inside?
Right? I mean,
This. So the old bins area makes sense towards the little cement area, but there's a inside area.
Are you looking at the site plan or the?
Site plan.
You sure not the same exact area as it's been said, around, no more.
Oh, so that's, okay, you know what that is? That's the downstairs inside. I
Correct.
thought that's highlighting a new
The
thing
restaurant.
on another.
So
floor.
the bluish area is where it goes back or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. It's the
Yeah.
same. Highlighting the basement. basically.
so I have a question related to the service area that you're adding for the hotel on the deck. So this is a service area or a consumption area?
It's if hotel guests ordered dinner or something, they have the option to eat up there on the deck. And have a drink there.
So it's a consumption area.
Correct,
There's
yeah,
not
that's-
going to be
that's-
a bar up there.
There's no bar,
Okay. And for hotel guests only?
hotel guests only up,
Okay.
it's not open to the public on the third floor.
So,
So that's an, like an addition of
Yep.
additional area,
Yep.
but
Yeah, and I don't.
since we just received this today.
I'm just gonna say.
Yeah, no, so, this is an expansion. So when you approve this license, I think you have you have to approve it, I think, without the third floor. And then if they would like to
Apply for the third.
apply
floor
for the third
separately.
floor, they can do it.
But hold,
Right.
No.
well, hold on.
Let me. I
Hold
can-
hold
I'll
on.
last year's.
If this is only from the hotel rooms and not from the bar, it's not, It's just-
In the room, it's only for on that deck.
right, but the access is only from the rooms?
It's only for on the deck, not in the.
But
room.
where's the access from, is what I'm asking.
You can get from the second floor deck to the third floor deck. Set of stairs
Okay.
that has
So
a-
somebody could walk.
a
up.
gate
Yeah,
on
okay,
it,
that's-
a gate on it. Just you have to be feet up. You can't just walk up there.
Take your time, Millie.
So,
Take your time.
You wanna look in that back
Good
thing?
questions.
I mean,
It is
that's an
an
addition.
pulling bins.
Oh, all right.
So while she's pulling, unless Molly got something else for a second. Okay, the other one is we're gonna take away that area where the cars are
That.
to the left. Where you've got the,
Oh.
so I'm just saying
Well-
service area.
That's just a walking.
So that's,
Good.
that's.
I know.
Blue is the service,
Yeah,
not the yellow. So they did it more
Wait.
thorough than just.
That's
the
just
big
the
lot.
lot line that you're
Yeah.
seeing there.
Got it,
so
okay.
yeah.
Thank you.
yeah, just the blue area.
I think that's what happened on a couple of them.
Yeah,
That's the area. You
Yeah.
guys have to do the whole property.
okay, thanks. And those maybe this is a Bill question too. Those are your parking spaces to the left, right? And those are interstate. Body.
I believe
Goodness.
it's Interstate Ave, I believe.
Yeah.
That white truck.
That whole area.
Yeah, just that white truck, the
Right.
line goes halfway through is interstates. I think we got 7 of them, right, folks?
It's seven is what we've been told.
Yep. On that left side.
So that's the second floor. So, yeah, I believe that just the first two floor, I mean, the basement level and the first, second floor, however.
So the third floor was not in, the third floor was not in the previous license.
That's correct.
So that will be, so we can, if we do, we can improve the first and second floor, we cannot improve the third floor. You guys have to come back for a new expansion on the third floor. Which we can do.
Yeah.
Do they have to do it in a certain period of time, Millie?
No, you can come back for an expansion application at any time.
Okay. Okay, nice. Any other questions? Martha?
No.
No?
And we'll add hotel as a use on the property.
In the yeah,
Right?
let's add it in, okay?
Is it hotel or is it hotel
No,
or
you speak
I
to the
don't,
owner.
Is it not a hotel?
I don't think it's a
technically,
hotel.
but- Cause it's not over 10 rooms, right? So it's an inn?
I think so.
Again, what wording do I use?
6.
There's a cutoff
Listed as
between
something.
inn and hotel.
So we'll figure that out. I mean, we
Yeah.
Okay,
we just have to figure that out. I don't know.
so I make a motion to approve BV liquor license, beverage license for TMG BI Operating LLC member Thomas Martucci, DBA One BI Steak and Seafood, Water Street. For the first and second floors, but not the third floor. Thank you. Any other comments? How do you vote? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Yep, and then if you or Tom can talk to Millie about the application for the third floor.
How does he
Over there.
really do get that?
Yeah, not, you don't have to talk about it now, just go back to the clerk's office, sorry. No, perfect, perfect.
So
All right,
They've got the little service.
Yeah. yep. Next, Manistee Rest, how are you, sir? Manatee's Restaurant Inc., stockholders Blake Flippy and Paul Flippy, DBA Manatee Spring Street. How are you?
I'm well.
Good.
I'm well. May it please the council, we've submitted an site plan, which I
Yeah.
believe was the
Thank you.
missing item last time.
Thank you.
And I'm happy to answer any questions, please.
Let's hear something. It's the same as before.
Yep.
Is that right?
Yes, that is the prior site plan. We submitted an updated one that largely tracks the prior one.
Molly, Neil, questions?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I don't love that bar on the front porch because it's so close to the road and so close to the sidewalk. But I'm not. I mean, it's been there in the past. Do the police, do you have any issues with that?
Yeah, we haven't had
So.
Please come join us. And see for yourself.
How did that work up in the state capitol when you said that?
It's great.
Yeah, I mean, just the proximity to
Yeah.
the road is
Yeah.
not my favorite thing, but I love that you didn't include your parking lots, so thank you for that.
You're welcome.
I make a motion to approve BB beverage license for the Manistee Restaurant Inc. stockholders Blake Flippy, Paul Flippy, DBA Manistee Spring Street. Is there a second? Seconded by Neil. How do you vote? Aye. Thank you very much,
Thank you.
sir. We won't tell your brother you got it passed. Alrighty, continued item, act to set caps on beverage licenses. Millie should. We were gonna do Ballard at 6.5 unless you want to do it now.
If
Right, might as well bring it up now.
Okay, it's easier to bring up now.
Much easier.
As you come up, James, you there? Can we see him? James? Nick, James? I know, you guys have talked and, you had heard some of our thoughts. Can you help us with where we are? And then the two of you can do it, but given that he knows where we are, it's gonna be easier. James?
So, Attorney LaPlante and I spoke, we've come to, I think, an agreement that there would be no more than 2 bands playing outdoors on any day. And only 1 band at the same time, the same condition as last year related to bands on site, per day. I just want to check with the council. That's something that is still acceptable based on our discussions.
You want to keep going through all of them or just do one at a time?
Sure. The next one was matching security uniforms. They will definitely make that happen. And also on the security situation, if the security plan changes during the season for any reason, Ballards will provide that to the chief of police and allow the chief of police to provide input as to any change to that security plan that they agree upon prior to the summer, if it changes during the season.
No, hold on. I don't want this being something fluid. Or do you want to talk about this later? Or do you want to?
No, talk about it now.
I mean, it sounds like Ballards is just going to decide they're going to change it.
No,
Could we
No, I think-
clarify it, please?
sure. I think what James is saying is in item, I don't know if you have the memo in front of you.
Just
but
go ahead. keep
But it's,
talking.
it's item 4 D is Ballards will permit the police chief to review and provide input concerning Ballard's security plan. And I think what James asked for from me, and we're fine with it, is, and to the extent that Ballard's seeks to change that plan that has been approved by the chief, that it goes back to the chief first before it does that. There's no intention to change anything.
Okay,
I think this is flowing from the town about a change. Our intention is to have a plan and to do that which we did in 23, implement it consistently. And that's it.
And
Otherwise, the terms that were communicated to you that were acceptable to Mr. Filippi are, you know, are acceptable with those changes. And frankly, I appreciate the open line of communication with council. I appreciate your open line of communication and willingness to collaborate with us on this.
One area.
Sure.
Neil?
So James, what we talked about in closed session, the section of the original agreement, section 3B, says maximum number of patrons. And it's a little unclear. I mean, the language is set in this. It says Ballard shall allow the fire marshal to enter and examine Ballard's property. The state fire marshal and Ballard shall agree upon a reasonable maximum number of patrons to be permitted at Ballard's property. I think the concern is the number of people.
Sure.
So, and obviously the indoor number is mandated by the fire marshal already. So you can only have X number of people in there. Where did this land on the acceptable number of people? Outside, patio, bar? Excuse me.
Understood. So unlike last year where we went into it with the obligation to communicate and to figure out what that number was, right now we know. And so the language that I have proposed and communicated to James is Ballards will not exceed the capacity limitations at Ballard's property, meaning in the building, outside, at the property, as established by the state fire marshal. They've communicated their position to us. It's not like we, you know, engaged in a horse trade. It was, and
So you're saying you do know the number for outside?
I don't, as I stand here right now, Mr. Filippi may, but there is a number. The state fire marshal took a definitive position on that. And we're willing to live with it.
We can have that on the record. That'd be great.
The actual?
Yeah.
You okay? So, yeah, I mean, it's public knowledge when we call the fire marshal, so. No, James, if you're okay, if we approve contingent on that number being in the paragraph in the file and in that agreement, then that'd be great. James, is there anything else that we discussed that hasn't been covered?
I don't believe so.
So will something
do
be
you wanna weigh in?
drafted so it's clear and in writing, or?
So as a next step, I'm happy to approve personally, we'll see how the vote goes, to make a motion to approve the license contingent on an agreement that's I's dotted, T's crossed with the two. And only if that happens between you, James, and Nick and Mr. LaPlante. Is that
Stan, I think it
appropriate?
makes sense. I think it makes sense that we iron out some language. Mr. LaPlante and Ballards have come to us in good faith to hopefully reach an agreement. It takes some lawyering to come to specific language, but I'm confident we can get there. That shouldn't be a problem.
So what I would rather do is just delay the vote with the assumption that it's going to happen. You guys work it out. You don't need to come back out here.
That's my concern is
No, wait, there's no reason to.
Okay.
If we do this, we're going to be meeting on the 20th anyway at 3:30 for something else or whatever time. About liquor, we can just vote on it then, and I don't want to say it's a fait accompli, but assuming that it works out, I'm willing to move forward that way.
See, the challenge is that without that vote, unless and until I hear that vote, there's a possibility that it doesn't occur. And so it necessarily means I have to come out and short of you having, a hearing or a meeting between now and then, that's the challenge. But if I hear a consensus that our efforts, James and Nick and mine to date are consistent with what you'd want, and I get some comfort from you right now without a vote.
You're getting comfort from me.
Yeah.
Comfort from Molly, Martha, comfort from Nick. And we can't speak for Keith. He's
Understood.
politician. What are you gonna do?
Understood, but I think it is wise to, we're simply going to edit the document consistent with our communications on the record right now and then present it to you as
And
one.
we'll continue this till the 20th at time to be set, which is 3:30 unless it moves. And we'll let you, obviously, it'll be a lot of communication.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Okay. Even not a bad idea. Yeah, let us work through that whole thing. Yeah,
Yeah, we've got to work on regulations, not tonight.
okay. Item. Yep. Item number,
Sven, I'll just ask you to just make a vote to continue, please.
I make a motion to continue just this one item.
You
We
can,
already voted to continue the other, right? So I make a motion to continue, actually, it's two items, right?
you're going to be continuing some items.
So.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm making a motion to continue Shoreham Inc. stockholder Stephen Filippi, DBA Ballards in Water Street for Class BV beverage license to November 20th at 3:30. Seconded, how do you vote? Aye. So moved. Thank you very much. We'll continue later on entertainment, but it'll just be like. Okay, item number 4, continued item, act to set caps on beverage license. Should we do that or do you want to?
You can, if you're comfortable doing that, you can move on that.
My concern gets to be a little bit around the delays on Garden Lot.
Mm.
And
Yeah,
so
we should wait
unless
on
there's a need to, I'd rather continue it until that whole thing is sorted out and just, we don't want to get into a problem there. Okay. So I'd like to continue that one. Let's see. I make a motion to continue item number 4, which is the continued item, act to set caps on beverage licenses. Second, how does everybody vote? Aye. Continued. Item number 5. I'm continuing the continued. November 20th at 3:30. Thank you. Continued public hearing for renewal of outdoor entertainment license, Shoreham Inc., DBA Ballards Inn. I make a motion to continue this item to November 20th at 3:30 as discussed. Second? Molly? Martha? Aye. Thank you very much. Item 6, public hearing for renewal of outdoor entertainment license, Block Island Pizza Pie LLC, 125 Cornet Road, Plat 6, Lot 134.
Didn't we approve this at the last meeting?
Not the outdoor.
Not the outdoor, okay.
Is anybody here?
No, she,
Oh, she said she couldn't be here?
yes.
She was here at the last.
She was here at the
meeting.
last one
Yeah.
and then said she couldn't be here.
Right.
And this is the same,
We just had a
She-
posting error on this one, which is why you weren't able to address it last meeting. So that
She-
was it was just an internal error. on
Right,
our-
that's what it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chief, did everything good there at the Pizza Pie Company? All good. Okay. I make a motion to approve the outdoor entertainment license, Block Island Pizza Pie LLC, 125 Cornet Road, Plat 6, Lot 134. Seconded by Neil. Molly, Martha,
Aye.
comments? Aye. Public hearing for renewal of outdoor entertainment license, Lunch Bucket, 30 Water Street, Plot 7, Lot 19.
So I have a question about this one.
Anybody here?
Oh.
Nobody here.
John, relayed to me earlier today that he was stuck off island. He was gonna try to find a representative.
Who would like to represent the lunch?
Well, so
Cam Gasser, would you say? Go ahead,
my
Molly.
question really is to you, Millie, because this says it's for a renewal,
Yeah.
but didn't we turn this down?
No, we
we
didn't.
put stipulations on.
Yeah.
Like hours. So right now,
Yeah.
this is, I believe this is where he would like to, it does say it in the document. He would like to have light music one night and then a movie another night. Is that
Right.
right? Family movie night. There were no complaints last year that you heard of, Chief? No issues? I mean, a family movie night? What do you think?
Yeah, I'm supportive of the idea. So, I mean, unless it, I don't know how it could go wrong, but. But barring, you know.
Don't ask, don't ask. I make a motion to approve the outdoor entertainment license for Lunch Bucket, 30 Water Street, Plat 7, Lot 19. As stipulated in the letter of application.
Second.
Second by Neil.
Aye.
Aye. So approved, right, Millie? I need to close. Help me for a minute, Mill. I'm gonna close the Board of make a motion to close the Board of License Commissioners. What time is it? At 8 o'clock on the 13th. Second. Seconded by, I know, Martha, you gotta go faster. I like so moved and seconded. Vote. Everybody ready to close the session? Molly?
Aye.
Aye. We are closed. I make a motion to open the town council meeting at 8 o'clock on the 13th. Second? Second, okay. Right? I tell you, it's a team effort. Is there any public comment? Dave Lewis, any public comment? No? Blake, public comment? Okay. Oh, stop. I make a motion to approve the consent agenda, which is the approval of minutes, November 1, 2023, November 2, 2023, open and close November 6, 2023. Also to receive correspondence from Mary Stover regarding Ballard's in liquor license stipulations.
I have a question.
And let me just finish, and act to approve tax abatements from the Town of New Shoreham Board of Assessors as detailed in the agenda.
Second.
Second, and your question?
Can-
No.
I'm sorry. I just ask that you remove the liquor meeting, which is November 2nd from that list. It is included on the list. We didn't get those to you yet, so you will see them again at the next meeting on the consent agenda, but just noting that those were not going to be included.
Okay.
in some minutes.
I will read that.
Thank you.
In a minute. Martha, you had a question?
Yes, come up a couple of times before. Sorry.
We've had under the consent agenda, and I think the consent agenda is a good thing. Items that would seem to belong appropriately with items that are listed on the agenda. And this is a good example. The Ballard's in liquor application. And that's happened the last couple of meetings. So there's been correspondence that's been under this. And the items were listed separately on hearings or items. And can we
I
talk
can
to?
certainly fix that.
Great, thank you.
Do a better job.
So just to repeat, I make a motion, it was seconded, right? So
Yes.
I'll edit my motion to not include November 2nd, 2023, open and closed. Is that right, Millie?
Mhm.
Whoever seconded, can you edit your second? No, Molly? How do you vote? Neil? Yeah. Martha?
Aye.
Molly? Aye. Consent agenda is approved. It's a very interesting list of people that had the abatements, but I'm not allowed to talk about it.
Sure you
Okay,
are.
item number 9.
Public record.
Item number 9. Act to set public hearing date. No, they basically were, nope. Act to set public hearing date for proposed amendments to the New Shoreham zoning ordinance regarding application to amend the zoning ordinance of Christopher Warfel, amending Article 5 Performance Standards, Section 517 Solar Energy Systems, SESC definitions, and F standards for ground mounted systems, and Article 4 criteria for special use permit, section 425, solar energy systems, A, applicability, and B, standards. Millie, you would love to do this on the 20th at 3:30. When would you like to have this public hearing?
This one, December 4th at 7 PM.
December 4th at 7 PM?
That's our regular meeting.
That's our regular meeting.
And look, we'll all be done then.
Pray to God.
That's
It has to be done by the end of the month. Is everybody okay with December 4th? Maybe today? I make a motion to have the public hearing on December 4th at 7 PM. Seconded by Neil. Everybody okay? Everybody's good? Aye, aye, aye. We're on. Number 10, act to set public hearing date for proposed amendments to town New Shoreham zoning ordinances, section 309D, permitted uses in RCM zone. Section 310D, permitted uses in M zone. Section 311D, permitted uses in OHC zone. Section 312D, permitted uses in NHC zone. And section 313D, permitted uses in SC zone. And your proposed date for that public hearing, Millie, would be?
This one's December 20th.
Just December 20.
December 20th. So that's why I needed to get a commitment from you earlier that we would have a quorum for this.
Right.
If you're concerned that there won't be a quorum for this meeting, then we can put it off until January, but it won't be ready for the December 4th meeting.
Oh, December 20. Okay. Sorry, I'm mixing it up with the November 20.
Right, December 20th, and I am not here, and you said you.
And
were
Molly's not here as well.
Right, so it'll be Martha, Neil, and Keith. And obviously, if suddenly there's some blip, we'll kick it back, into January, if it has to be, right? Because you don't have a quorum.
Can I ask what was driving this?
The only
change?
issue, I'm sorry, just to finish up with your question, the only issue with that is that we will be advertising, I'm required
Oh.
to advertise this meeting. So that we would have to go through another 3 weeks of advertising.
I mean, I just
to
don't know,
to
I don't know
redo.
Keith's schedule.
You'd have to be able to convene to do that. So if you don't have a quorum, that you couldn't do that. I mean, we could, I hate to belabor this, but we could just make it a January meeting instead.
I'm
This has
wondering-
to
I
do
just
with
don't
the
know Keith's-
MFEs.
What Keith's doing on,
I don't know.
is
He's
it
swimming in the
safer to
Bahamas.
just do it on January 3rd or whatever it is?
January 3rd?
When is that
It's
date?
it would be January,
Three-
January 8th.
Let's do that. I just don't
Okay.
want to speak. for
Yeah, I
Keith,
hear you.
Just in case. and
I tend to agree.
I know
um,
Neil's gonna not be here on.
And I just want to point out, this is for the MFEs. This is the ordinance regarding MFEs.
Yeah.
And so in that case, I would recommend putting off the MFE renewals until that meeting as well. It shouldn't have any impact on their service.
Okay, I'm sorry, Millie, that was January 4th?
It's the 8th.
January 8th at 7 PM. I
Millie,
make-
what was,
I mean.
no. Well, yeah, you can make it. I can still comment after, right?
Yeah.
So Millie, what was driving this one? This change?
Sorry?
What was driving this?
The MFE change? This is a basically cleaning up the zoning ordinance to make
just
the
language.
operations MFEs legal in all the zones in the town versus right now they're only allowed in residential A. So we're trying to get compliance.
I make a motion to set the public hearing date for proposed amendments. I'm not gonna read it all, to January 8th, 7 PM, 2024. Seconded by Neil. Comments? Everybody votes yes or no?
Aye.
Yes, yes, yes. Molly,
Aye.
Martha? Since you haven't opened your mouth yet?
I have a problem with this whole MFE thing. Fine.
Good, so moved. January 8th at 7 PM. Okay. Item number 11, discuss and act on right of first refusal for the properties of Plat 5, Lot 128, 29, 30, 31, 32, 36, and 157, and maybe more, between John and Pamela Gassner, the Block Island Land Trust, and the Block Island Conservancy in the town of New Shoreham. Before we get into this, I just want to let everybody know that I've talked to James and Nick. There will be a number of closed sessions. This is obviously about these plats. The town, we don't have to go into the history of it. The town, the Land Trust, and the Black Island Conservancy have rights of first refusal. There are purchase and sales agreements that have been submitted for these lots, and therefore the town has to react or act, right? And there's a period of decision. There will be, I think even this Thursday, there will be the first closed session so that the town can figure out what we want to do. If anybody would like to have public comment, or if the gas owners would love to stand up and just explain what this is or even where it is, that's our pleasure. But in our effort to sort of have open discussion, anybody can speak. Neil?
So just procedural question. So any of the three parties can purchase it? They all have to purchase it together? It's anybody can step up and take it?
That may be, well, James or Nick, do you want to answer or wait for closed session on that?
That's a good question, Neil. I think the documents say that any of the three parties can exercise the right. So I think there has to be some discussion about that amongst the parties to see where that goes.
Any other questions right now? John?
I can just say a few words, but another.
Sure.
We're not I bought this in 1975.
Is the green button lit up? Only John, if you can speak into the mic, just your voices.
Hello? You hear me?
There it goes. Hi,
There you go. Beautiful.
colorblind. I've owned this land for almost 48 years, and the time has come to sell it. And in 1994, we gave a right of first refusal to the town, the Conservancy, and the Land Trust. And just recently, we now have 8 purchase and sales agreements, and now it's in your court to see how you want to react to this with the Land Trust and the Black Island Conservancy. And if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer.
And just to clarify, in your cover letter, just for everybody in the audience, while there are 8 lots, I believe there's something like 25 lots in total, or whatever the exact number is. And there is interest in selling all 25, not just the 8, if possible. Is that correct?
Yes or no? I mean, I think we might want to keep 2 of the lots or 3 of the lots ourselves for the family. But all the other ones would definitely be interested in getting a proposal.
Okay. Thank you.
And given the location, they're all buildable lots?
No, I don't think any of them are buildable
Okay.
lots, to tell you the truth. There are a lot of regulations, not only by the town or by Coastal Resources. Who knows what's going to happen in the future? I have no idea. But at present, I don't think that they're buildable.
Perfect. Perfect. I appreciate it. We will have closed session meetings and be in touch appropriately with lawyers, but I just wanted to have this as a discussion so everybody knew what the closed session meetings were about. We appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Good. Okay. This one I take great pride in. No, I don't take pride at all. Hear public comment and discuss and act on application for the 2024 Rhode Island Green Space Grant for a new court. We're not going to mention.
Basically, the Recreation Department's would like to apply for this Rhode Island Green Grant to allow us to build a pickleball court at Ball O'Brien Park. One of the stipulations in the grant is that we provide public comment, and also that we have to seek permission from the town council to apply for this grant. It's a matching grant, 80-20, which means that if we can come up with $25,000, they will give us $100,000. And that's approximately about the cost of the courts that we want to build at Ball O'Brien. 3 courts, yeah.
3 courts?
And a 6,000 square foot slab, 60 by 100 slab with 3 courts on it.
And Dawn did an incredible job the other day with the land trust. Where does that stand? Because that was one of the questions that was here last.
The land trust had granted permission to build a 6,000 square foot slab at Ball O'Brien. So they approved that. And then this is the next step in the process of applying. We need to get permission from the town council to apply for this grant. So we're hoping to just keep moving forward. We have a deadline of December 6th, I believe, and Dawn and Will have done a great job building this grant together, putting it together. And so this is just the next step in the process.
So where did it end up? Where's it gonna be?
Between the pavilion and the tennis courts, that area there, to the north of the skate park. There's this open area.
So I have a question. So, public comment. I see a lot of pickleballers in the room. And I would hope they'll speak, but could people write letters in support of this to the recreation department to be submitted with the grant, or?
I'm not sure.
Helpful or unhelpful?
It's not a requirement, however, having letters of support.
Yeah, there's a lot of segments on the grant that talk about the needs, public needs and along those lines. So any type of support from the communities could only help the grant, so. All
right, any more? No? Any comments from the public?
The one comment I'd make is, given the ongoing conversation about older people having things to do on the island, and given that I am a pickleballer and see the range older,
Okay.
yes, and see the range of ages, I think it's important, whatever you're submitting really has that as such a critical thing for Block Island. Yeah.
Although I was going to say that all 3 of my kids play pickleball.
Actually, one of them is quite quick. No, it's okay. Oh, no, I had your, can you come up? If you can make it.
Yeah, so
Didn't hurt herself at pickleball, but
it wasn't pickleball. Yes, no, it wasn't. It was martial arts. So just be very careful. Yeah, and in answering the questions, that is something that I think we're putting in there, which is that not only is it good for the health of the elderly population in the island, but it also kind of brings these different communities of different ages together that might not interact normally. And so it kind of serves, as this like place to integrate all parts of our community. And so that's definitely something we're trying to get in there. But there is a draft that I sent to Millie that I think that she put on the clerk base, and it's very, very much a draft. And if anybody has any feedback or anything that they would like to send me an email and add that you think would help or that isn't good or is good, I would appreciate it if you had time, whatever. But yeah, just make it successful. So yeah.
I'm Bill. I was about to make the motion to approve it, so you don't rock the boat here.
I just want to say, I thought the whole thing wanted, well, at the last meeting, they made a pitch, and I think it's wonderful that they're looking for, obviously it's a need so far, but going out and finding grants, also called grants, it's a lot of work. I just think it's.
Yeah. I make a motion to support and approve the application for the 2024 Green Space Grant for a new pickleball court.
Second.
Seconded by Molly. Thank you. How do you vote?
Yeah.
Aye. Congratulations. Thank you, guys. Battle well fought.
Thank you very much.
Okay, next on the agenda, discuss and act on a 3-year fire truck planned acquisition. That is, hey, all you pickleballers, you have to stay or we rescind it. Discuss and act on 3-year fire truck planned acquisition. That item is going to be delayed and continued to the next meeting. Or to
It's just tabled for now.
Tabled. And there's more to follow up. Also, next item, review of financial reports. That is going to be tabled, or can we move it to the next meeting just so
It'll be tabled.
we'll table it? But yeah. Okay, receive and act on the report of the town manager, parentheses, Public Works, Finance, School. Those pickleballers.
So. Can you repeat what you said just right?
Under our rules of procedure. Under our rules of procedure, table is supposed to go to the next meeting. I think. It sounded good.
Receive and act on report of town manager.
It might be Robert's
with a
rules.
lot of things.
So my reports before you this evening, there are a couple of things I want to point out to the council. The restrooms from Mansion Beach, they're here and they're installed. So they're done. And the other thing I want, no,
No.
So it's going to be pumped out.
correct.
Weren't
Thank
you listening?
I'm just speaking for the public. Because somebody the other day.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
Go ahead.
I know.
And next, one of the things I really like to impress upon with town employees is being involved with state and New England things and events. And I'm pleased to report our town clerk is taking on the presidency of the New England Town Clerks Association effective on Thursday for the full year. So we're really glad to complete that.
Congratulations.
I'm pleased that she's doing that. And that's why she won't be here at all the meetings for the end of the week and asked me to take the minutes.
So can the town buy her a plaque? Yours is town manager, hers is Madam President?
We can do anything the council. would like.
Okay, good.
So at this point, that's all I really have to report on my town
Any
manager.
questions of the town manager?
You know, there is something else along those lines,
Madam President? What line?
along the Millie lines and oh, I gotta find a copy of some minutes here. Molly, Millie, what are your, the initials that are after your name that I didn't even notice for the longest time? I was used to seeing certified municipal clerk, but yours are, and I don't think we've ever noted that.
And you got your master?
It's a certification that follows the certified municipal clerk, and the certification, it probably took me 13 years to achieve that, maybe 15 years through continuing education. And
Congratulations. Congratulations. I
Thank
know
you.
it's been a while.
An experience.
Thank
you.
I think it's good that Martha brought it up, and congratulations. Yes. Any question? No more questions. Molly, you cool? The report?
Question about the library. So the new library director is starting after Thanksgiving, you said?
That's what I've been told, yes.
And is that person going to live on the island or commute? How's that working?
They are currently negotiating a contract with them, they being the trustees. It's my understanding the individual is going to commute and is allowed to work remotely. I think it's 1 day working remotely and the 4 days commuting. That's my understanding.
Can I ask a favor? It would be maybe at the December or January meetings, we can invite the new director, if there is a new director, or the board, president of the board, to come and just let us know. I mean, I know it's a separate organization, so we always have to be careful of church and state, but I think it'd be great if they could just come and introduce or
Yeah, that'll be fine. I think
be
their
good.
contract is supposed to be finalized
whatever.
tomorrow night with them. So that's why I'm saying that's my understanding. So
Actually, I think it would be better if they came, because it is under the, I said this at the last meeting, it's under the library board, that's under the state law. And it's one of the multitude of things that I just don't think are very clear in this town.
Yep. So that'd be great, Millie, if you can arrange that, or Marianne. Item number 16, discuss and act on board commissions and committees, announce vacancies, annual appoint vacancies. Just to be clear, all of the Anybody whose terms ends at the end of this year, of which there are many in committees and boards, they will be on this list, but then they are going to be reappointed. And that Millie's gotten letters from all of the chairs, et cetera. So as we get into this for the next meeting, there will be a whole lot of people that'll just be blessed, you know, sort of transferred over, and we'll see how many openings there really are at the end of that session.
On that topic, I did tell Jess I would stay on tourism if they're not able to fill it. Cause you know, I'm not supposed to be on it, but you're allowed so that's what's been going on for the last year. So.
And other committees as well. So, yep, perfect. I make you better not be 6 minutes.
But that was the EMA, that's just something we have to know.
We will,
I thought it was all by right of, oh no, you're not.
I make a motion to stay for the next hour and a half. I make a motion. to close the
You're not getting a second on that one.
Second, how does everybody vote?
Aye.
Aye. Meeting is done. Thank you very much, Millie. Thank you, Keisha.